Hey everybody, Daniel here from camp. Hope you guys are all doing well today on this Friday. It's a cool but windy day here at camp. The sun is shining. We got out this week and we got to cut some of the lawn here, and it's just nice and exciting to see some fresh cut grass and the camp starting to come together. So certainly loving that. We got some updates this week for you guys. First, big one is that our campground will be opening. We're scheduled to open on May 15th. That's Friday, May 15th, a week from today, Friday, May 8th. But we're shooting to open up then on the 15th. That's going to come with a couple of restrictions and prerequisites that we've kind of established here at the camp. And so there's kind of three big ones. Obviously, the first is if anybody has been sick in your household or family, that they or the whole family please stay at home. So if you've been sick within the last couple of weeks or with any of the symptoms of COVID-19, we certainly ask that you guys can please stay home. And then if you've been symptom-free and your whole household has been symptom-free for a couple of weeks, then feel free to come out to the camp. With that too, we are not opening up our bathrooms and showers at the campground. So the only campers that will be able to have are people who have their own functioning self-contained bathrooms as a part of their camper. So you'll need to have one of those too in order to be able to camp out at the campground. That's also one of the DNR guidelines that they've also put out, so it's not just something that we came up with, but we think that through the bathrooms, that would be a very easy way and easy location to potentially spread the virus. And our goal is to not have the virus be here at camp in any capacity, especially as we're looking at the prospect of trying to host summer camp. And then on top of that, do cleaning, and it could potentially spread to the staff. So that's not a scenario we're willing to entertain at this time. So very sorry if you're looking to just attend camp, but we are only able to have campers out who do have their own functioning self-contained bathrooms in their camper. All right, so that's the other one. And then lastly, all campsites need to be reserved in advance so that we can go over all the new policies. We have several updated policies for what that means to camp here in this new normal, as we're saying a lot these days. So there is a new normal with camping a little bit, and so we want you to call in, reserve your spot, and then Dylan, our site manager, is going to go through those and walk you through some of the new policies so that when you're here, everybody's under the same understanding, and we can be outside and enjoy this beautiful creation that God has given us. So if you're interested in reserving a spot at the campground, contact the camp. We'll begin taking reservations on Monday, May 11th here. So give us a call, speak with Dylan. He'll walk you through our new policies and take your reservation down. And that'll be for an indefinite amount of time period here. That's what we'll be doing here for our campground. So give us a call. We'd love to have you guys come out. With regards to summer camp, we don't have any update today. Today was the earliest time frame of making a decision on our June camps, and we are just not ready to make any kind of a decision there. We were really hoping to have a lot more information on what summer camp would look like, and the CDC was taking up some direction along with some of our camp associations, but they didn't come up with a direction and a guidance for camps. It was supposed to be released last week before May 1st, and they postponed it a couple weeks, and then they just said we're not coming out with it altogether. And so now we're waiting for the ACA, American Camp Association, and some other camp associations, to come out with some guidances that will really help us in determining what to do for summer camp and what the best way to proceed forward is. But that means we're also going to rely heavily on what the state develops on its own. Now today I did have phone conversations with the Johnson County Department of Public Health and the Iowa Department of Public Health, and I was able to pose good questions to them, and I was able to give questions in writing to the Iowa Department of Public Health. So hopefully those are something we'll see addressed in future updates from them, so that we can get some guidance on what best to do out here. So we're waiting patiently from those. We do have some great kitchen guidance as restaurants have begun opening, and there's been some good direction from the state and the county levels about those. And so we're going to be putting together a kitchen plan and dining plan next week about how we can do that throughout the course of the summer. And then, of course, be sending that on to the county so that they can give us a green light and say, hey, that's going to work out great, assuming we can all do it. So that's what we're at right now with summer camp stuff. Again, no update on any of the cancellations or anything like that. We're still proceeding as if things are going to happen, and we're still getting registrations in. Thank you so much for those of you that are still registering. Honored to have you guys potentially coming out this summer, and looking forward to that prospect. One other big thing that we do have is on the camp's website, and linked here in whatever description you're watching, there is a new page specifically directed towards our COVID-19 response. And then you can see all the past updates, any additional resources or forms or things like that that you might need to know about before you come to Camp Itasika this summer, right there at that one place. So it's right there. If you go hover over the summer camp or the user group, or even one of those two tabs, there'll be a COVID-19 and camp link. And so go ahead and click on that, and you can see all the previous updates that we've put out here at Camp Itasika. And then, like for instance, we just had updated campground policies. You'll find those policies available right there at that web page as well. So stay tuned for more information there. And that's all for today. So we have our campground opening up on May 15th. We're still waiting on direction from our health departments about what to do for summer camp and how we can do summer camp. And with that, lastly, the web page is up and going, and we'll be continuing to put our news updates there for camp, as well as any resources for you guys also. So that's all we have. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys sometime in the near future. God's blessings. Bye.